Have you ever caught your own reflection and felt a jolt of surprise, almost as if the face staring back wasn't entirely yours anymore? The lines that once appeared only when you laughed now seem etched there forever. The light freckles on your hands have darkened into stubborn spots, spreading like ink stains on delicate parchment. And that glow you once carried so naturally? It feels replaced by a dull, shadowy tone. For so many women past 60, this is more than just a glance in the mirror. It's a quiet heartbreak. Inside, you still feel vibrant, spirited, and alive. Yet the mirror whispers a different story, one that seems harder to silence with each passing year. Welcome back to Wise Elders' Tales, the place where each episode is crafted to help you stay strong, independent, and sharp no matter your age. Stay with me until the end, because today we're diving into one of the most universal struggles of aging, the marks time leaves on our skin, wrinkles, age spots, and the slow fading of radiance. More importantly, I'll reveal 3 natural rituals, simple practices you can do at home, that don't just cover up the signs of aging, but activate your skin's own power to heal. Because here's the truth, while fancy creams and costly treatments promise miracles, most fail to touch the real roots of aging. If you felt let down before, you're not alone. Reversing skin aging isn't about hiding, it's about awakening your body's built-in repair system. With over 6 decades of experience guiding older adults, I've seen transformations that many would call impossible. And I want you to know this, your skin is never beyond saving. Even after years under the sun, through stress, and daily wear, your skin still carries the blueprint to renew itself, if only you learn how to unlock it. I think of one patient, Mrs. Eleanor, 72 years old. She once confessed she skipped family photos because of the dark spots on her cheeks that made her feel older than her sisters. She had spent thousands on creams without ever seeing true change. But when she embraced the rituals I'm about to share with you, rituals built on science, consistency, and wisdom, something shifted. Her spots faded, her lines softened, and more than anything, her confidence returned. So let me ask you, if just 3 small rituals, taking only minutes a day, could bring back that glow, lightening the spots and easing the lines, would you be willing to try? And if I told you these rituals are backed by science, proven in real lives over decades, would you stay open? I hope so. Because by the end of this episode, you won't just know what these rituals are, you'll understand why they work, and how they can change the way you feel each time you see yourself in the mirror. Most people's first instinct, when they notice spots, wrinkles, or dull skin, is to reach for a cream. Advertisements promise miracles, erase 10 years in one night. The shelves are lined with jars and bottles, each claiming to restore youth in a matter of weeks. And if you've ever tried them, you know the truth. The glow rarely lasts, and often never arrives. Why? Because nearly all creams and serums work only on the surface. They may plump skin with moisture or fade pigment temporarily, but they never touch the deeper processes that actually cause aging. It's like painting over cracked walls, the cracks keep spreading underneath. One of my patients, Evelyn, age 70, once showed me a drawer filled with half-used jars. Each one represented hope, and each one ended in disappointment. She had spent hundreds of dollars, even skipping outings with friends just to afford the latest miracle cream. Yet her spots darkened, her lines deepened, and worst of all, her hope faded. Others take the stronger route, chemical peels, lasers, injections. Sometimes they bring a quick lift, but they carry risks, burning, thinning skin, even permanent scarring. I treated a woman in her 60s whose peel left her face inflamed for months. Her words still echo, "Doctor, I paid to look worse." The truth is, these problems don't live on the surface. Dark spots, wrinkles, and dullness all come from within. Age spots form when pigment-making cells, melanocytes, go into overdrive from sun, stress, and years of wear. Wrinkles appear when the scaffolding of collagen and elastin breaks down. Dullness creeps in when circulation slows, starving the skin of oxygen and nutrients. No cream rubbed on top can rebuild those systems. And so, seniors repeat the same cycle: buy, hope, despair. Some give up entirely, telling themselves, this is just aging. But that isn't the full story. Yes, aging is real. But how your skin ages depends on whether you support the systems inside or abandon them. Cosmetic companies rarely admit this. There's little profit in teaching natural rituals that cost almost nothing. But there is endless profit in selling jar after jar. That's why so few people ever hear about the solutions that actually work. I think of Haruto, 74, who hid from community events because of dark patches on his cheeks. His son suggested laser, but he was terrified of the risk. When I explained that his problem wasn't the surface at all, but the deeper systems, he was stunned. No one had ever told him that simple daily rituals could shift the way his skin looked and felt. So I ask you, how many times have you been disappointed by a cream or procedure that promised youth but delivered only frustration? And what if the real solution was never in a bottle at all, but in small daily actions that send powerful signals to your skin's repair system? Because here's the truth, your skin still knows how to heal. Even after 60, even after decades of damage, the deeper layers respond if they receive the right signals. Collagen can be rebuilt. Circulation can be improved. Pigment cells can be calmed. Think of your skin as a mattress. When new, the springs are tight and supportive. Over the years, they weaken and the surface sags. That's exactly what happens when collagen and elastin break down. Wrinkles form. Firmness fades. Now add another layer, melanocytes, your pigment factories. When young, they produce just enough pigment to give you an even tone. But with age and sun, they misfire, spilling uneven blotches across the skin. That's what creates spots and patches. On top of that, circulation slows. Less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and fewer repair signals reach the surface. Imagine trying to grow a garden without enough water. No matter what fertilizer you add, the plants wilt. That's what happens when skin becomes dull and lifeless. And looming over it all is oxidative stress, tiny unstable molecules that attack collagen, elastin, and even DNA. When young, your antioxidants fight back. But with age, defenses weaken and damage accumulates like rust on metal. I recall Sachiko, 71, who once told me, "Doctor, I wash my face, but it still looks dirty." What she didn't know was that her pigment cells were leaking too much color, like dripping faucets. Once she began the daily rituals I'll share, her pigment began to calm, and those dark marks slowly faded. And then there's Tanaka, 75, who loved golf but never used sunscreen. Over time, his skin grew rough, leathery, and covered with spots. He believed it was too late. But when we focused on boosting his circulation and antioxidants, his skin softened, brightened, and even his wife said he looked 5 years younger. Science confirms this. Research in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology shows collagen production drops about 1% every year after 30. Another study in the British Journal of Dermatology found oxidative stress as a major driver of pigment disorders in older adults. Wrinkles, spots, dullness, they aren't random. They have clear causes. And that's why creams fail. They never reach collagen. They never touch circulation. They never stop oxidative stress. But here's the good news, your body still can. Fibroblasts can be reactivated to make collagen. Blood flow can be improved. Antioxidant defenses can be replenished. Pigment cells can be soothed. I think of Ko, 78, who once said, "Doctor, when I speak, people only see my age." But after adopting the 3 rituals I'll share with you today, her face brightened, her spots faded, and her confidence returned. Now, she said, when I speak, people actually listen. This is why I remind every patient, skin aging is not just cosmetic. It's a signal of health. Support your skin from within, and you don't just look better, you restore circulation, fight oxidative stress, and protect your vitality as a whole. So I'll leave you with this question. If your skin truly could recover, if collagen could return, pigment could balance, and wrinkles could soften, how would that change the way you feel each morning when you see your reflection? Because the truth is, it can. And the 3 rituals I'm about to share are designed to strike directly at the root causes of aging, so that the mirror finally tells the story you deserve to see. Now that you understand the science behind wrinkles and dark spots, let's turn to the solution. 3 simple rituals, natural, science-backed, and surprisingly easy, can help your skin reclaim its strength and glow. These aren't complicated routines. They aren't expensive procedures. They're small, practical practices you can start today, right at home. Ritual 1. Awaken collagen with gentle stimulation. Think of collagen as the construction crew of your skin. With age, these workers grow sluggish, leaving the scaffolding to weaken and sag. But here's the secret: you can wake them up. Gentle stimulation sends a clear signal to your fibroblasts, the cells that build collagen, reminding them it's time to get back to work. This stimulation doesn't mean harsh scrubbing or aggressive treatments. It can be as simple as 3 minutes each morning, light upward massage, soft tapping, or even basic facial exercises. Not forceful, just enough to nudge circulation and awaken the skin. One of my patients, Naomi, age 74, once described her morning routine as mechanical: wash, dry, apply cream, hope for the best. But after adding this daily stimulation, she noticed her cheeks felt firmer and the fine lines around her eyes softened. She told me, "Doctor, it feels like my skin wakes up with me now." Why does this work? Because touch brings circulation to the surface. More oxygen, more nutrients, more signals of renewal. Imagine a thirsty plant. Without water it wilts, with water it lifts its leaves toward the sun. Your skin is no different. Ritual 2. Flood the body with antioxidants from within. Remember oxidative stress, the rust eating away at collagen and pigment cells? The only true antidote is antioxidants, nature's rust removers. Creams can deliver some, but their strongest impact comes from the inside out. That's why I encourage what I call the rainbow snack plate. It's simple. Gather a small plate of colorful foods, blueberries or strawberries, deep green spinach, vibrant red peppers, maybe even a square of dark chocolate. Each color carries a different family of antioxidants. Together, they form a powerful defense team, shielding your collagen and calming overactive pigment cells. Take Lydia, age 70. She was skeptical at first. She preferred white bread and pastries and thought vegetables were too much trouble. But she agreed to try the rainbow plate 3 times a week. Within 2 months, her dark spots began to fade, and her skin glowed in a way she hadn't seen in decades. Her grandchildren even asked what cream she was using. She laughed and said, "It wasn't cream, it was food." Science supports this transformation. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that diets rich in antioxidants not only reduced pigmentation but also improved elasticity in older adults. Antioxidants act like shields and repair kits combined, protecting cells while helping them restore themselves. And here's the encouraging part: you don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just adding one antioxidant-rich snack daily can spark visible change. A quick pause before Ritual 3. Before I reveal the final ritual, let me pause for a moment. If what you've heard so far is valuable, I invite you to click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we share proven strategies to help you stay strong, independent, and confident as the years go by. Because the truth is, the mirror doesn't have to tell you a story of decline. With the right signals, your skin and your spirit can still write a new chapter. Ritual 3. Morning sunlight and circulation, the overlooked duo. Sunlight is both friend and foe. Your body needs it to make vitamin D, essential for immunity, bones, and skin repair. But too much, without protection, accelerates dark spots and collagen breakdown faster than almost anything else. The secret, as always, is balance. That's why I teach my patients a simple ritual: spend 10 to 15 minutes in gentle morning light, ideally before 10 a.m., then protect your skin for the rest of the day. In that window, add light circulation exercises, stretching your arms, rolling your shoulders, or taking a short walk. This pairing delivers 2 powerful effects. First, it boosts vitamin D levels, fueling skin recovery. Second, it improves circulation, carrying oxygen and nutrients to your face and hands where signs of aging often appear first. Take Mr. Watanabe, 79. After years of hiding indoors to avoid the sun, he began a daily 15-minute morning walk, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and applying a light protective layer afterward. Within 3 months, his skin tone evened out, and the dullness that once frustrated him began to fade. He told me, "Doctor, it feels like my skin is breathing again." Another patient, Clara, 68, struggled with deep wrinkles around her mouth. She started pairing early sunlight with gentle facial stretches and deep breathing. Not only did her lines soften, but her sleep and mood improved. Why? Because morning light helps reset the body's internal clock, which in turn deepens sleep. And good sleep is one of the most powerful skin healing tools we have. Let's recap the 3 rituals. Wake up collagen with gentle daily stimulation. Defend with antioxidants by eating a rainbow of colorful foods. Balance sunlight and movement with 10 to 15 minutes of morning light and light exercise. Together, these rituals strike at the true roots of aging: collagen loss, oxidative stress, sluggish circulation, and pigment imbalance. They aren't expensive treatments. They aren't risky procedures. They're small acts of consistency. Just minutes each day, but when repeated, the results build steadily. I once guided a group of patients in their 70s who created a ritual circle. Every morning, they texted each other after finishing their massage, their rainbow snack, and their short sun walk. Within months, friends were asking if they had just returned from the spa. Their proud reply? No spa, just 3 rituals. That's the quiet magic here. These practices aren't only about skin. They're about reclaiming control. About looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself again. So I ask you, if 3 simple rituals could soften wrinkles, fade spots, and restore vitality to your skin, would you give them a chance? Because your skin is ready to respond. All it needs is the right signal. Now that you know the 3 rituals, the final step is weaving them into your daily life. Knowledge only becomes power when it turns into action. The good news? These practices don't require big changes, expensive tools, or hours of effort. Just a few minutes each day, yet when combined, they flow together like 3 small streams joining into one powerful river. Start with collagen activation. Choose a time of day you can keep consistent. Many of my patients prefer mornings, right after washing their face. 3 minutes of light massage, gentle tapping, or facial exercise will become as natural as brushing your teeth. And if you miss a day, don't scold yourself, just begin again. Consistency matters more than perfection. Next, plan your antioxidant ritual. Keep it simple: a bowl of berries in the fridge, a box of leafy greens for a quick salad, or a piece of dark chocolate tucked away. By keeping these foods within reach, you're setting yourself up for success. Think of it as building a toolbox for your body. Each time you choose these foods, you're giving your skin the raw materials it needs to rebuild. Then, embrace your morning sunlight and circulation ritual. For many older adults, this becomes the most beautiful moment of the day. Step outside in the early hours. Breathe in the fresh air. Move gently, stretch, walk, roll your shoulders. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. Wear a hat. Protect your skin afterward. And enjoy the gift of light. Some of my patients pair this ritual with prayer, gratitude, or journaling, transforming it into a time of healing and reflection. I think of Yoko, age 73, who once felt imprisoned by her skin. She avoided mirrors, photos, even family gatherings. But after 6 months of these rituals, her confidence returned. She told me, "Doctor, I don't just look younger. I feel alive again." And that is the deeper message here. These rituals aren't just about fewer wrinkles or lighter spots. They are about dignity, self-respect, and the joy of recognizing yourself in the mirror once more. When your skin reflects vitality, you stand taller, speak with more confidence, and smile more freely. So picture this: 6 months from now, you look into the mirror. Your lines have softened. Your spots have faded. A new radiance glows on your face. You feel proud, not discouraged. That vision can be yours, but only if you begin today. Here's my challenge for you. Commit to these 3 rituals for just 1 month. Watch how your skin responds. Notice not only the changes in your face, but also in your mood, your energy, and your sense of control. Because when you care for your skin, you are, in truth, caring for your whole self. If today's message resonated with you, click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll continue to uncover simple but powerful practices that keep you strong, independent, and confident at every age. Stay resilient. Stay awake to your own strength. And I'll see you in the next episode.